Push the weight in no flex. Flex the livest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, Dave Walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Monkey Tuesday! Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Ooh, it's time to bleed this morning. If the term playing in your face was ever so true as it pertains to what I'm talking about this morning, we were warned. 2 weeks ago, we were warned. And we were like, why would he do that? And then this is announced. Let's do this roll call because I want to get to this. This is very interesting. G. McCall in the building. Columbia. Stormy. Yeah, you know what? I walked away from my phone. We'll speak after the show. I walked away from my phone. I was, doing stuff in the morning. And if y'all missed Nerds on Culture last night, you can go back and watch the replay on YouTube, but the remainder of the show where we dropped the bombs was on Rumble. That's why I say go follow us on Rumble. Go follow us on Rumble. Go follow us on Rumble. It's uninterrupted. It's uncut. It's not profane, but if it gets profane, we don't have to worry about the YouTube police coming to get us. You know what I mean? That's the link to my Rumble. They put it on both my channels. That's the link to my Rumble pinned at the top. You make sure you go follow us on Rumble. All right. I don't know if this morning will be one of those mornings, but when I give the word and say, yo, switch over to Rumble, because I got more in-depth things to say, the live will end on YouTube, and it will continue on Rumble. And then all you got to do is make the lateral move. That's all. Stillwater Boxing MMA, salute. D4L, salute. Miss Van Houder, good morning. 88 Sports Talk in the building. Mr. Tiptoe, DP Rocker, Eric H, KBG, Jalen Hudson, Snoop, what up? My brother Mook in the building, salute. Steve O. What's that? Adai Pennant, salute. Good morning. Shotland. Marcus Banks, what's going on? Welcome down, Van Houder, salute, brother. Hey, man. Hey, listen. You don't know how he jumped over everything? You don't know how he did that? We're going to talk about it. Look what belt's being, look at who did it. Yo, listen, watch. We're going to see. We're going to see. Star City J, salute. Sin Mark. Brother IROC in the building, salute. Sam Mack. Well, yeah, Dari, yeah, we're gonna talk about all of that. All right, so let's get to it. Xavier, what up, man? I'm sorry I didn't call you back yesterday, bro. We was busy, we was working. This stuff is hard work behind the scenes. It is. 704 Joe, salute. So people think we just cut on a damn. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you, but I'm saying, sometimes people are like, oh, well, you just a content creator. No, listen, I'm a content creator. I'm not a reaction channel, and salute to those people that do reaction channels. That's fine. What I talk about here I actually write stuff down all week long. I watch the news. I have 2 channels, and I've been lacking on Pep Talk. Well, actually, no. Salute, Queen. I'll give y'all Pep Talk on Patreon because my last 2 subjects, my last 3 or 4 subjects, I couldn't talk about it on YouTube. Couldn't talk about it on Rumble. But on Pep Talk, I'm going to have to do Pep Talk on Rumble. Pep Talk Light. I take the gloves off on Patreon. Y'all pay for that. Because YouTube, I mean, I almost said something, and it's too early in the show. And I don't want to offend, those 24-karat people that are marching in the street in Brooklyn talking about their messiahs coming. Y'all better read your Bible. Because certain people are living things out, but I don't want to take the show in that direction. Let's stay on our purpose right here. Boxing, please. So, do y'all watch boxing or do you watch boxing? Do y'all watch boxing just to see who gets in the ring and what guy does what and, who's going to knock who out? And, I know he trained for 2 or 3 months, or I'm in love with this guy because he's from my hometown, or he speaks my language, he's from my country, or whatever it is. Do y'all watch boxing for that? Or are you paying attention to the schmuckery that's going on? I appreciate that, Adar. I appreciate that. Thank you. True Boxing Night. Salute. Now, what I'm going to break down this morning, it might be boring. But just remember that I spoke about it. Because I don't think I need to talk about this past today. Now, last week I did a show, and I broke down the Chris Mannix and Mauricio Sillyman interview. And Mauricio Sillyman confirmed everything we talked about. The thing is, Mauricio Sillyman is standing on his square because he's backed by what he says is in black and white. What is black and white? Contracts. Buddy of mine told me anything outside of a contract is just nigga babble. And I agree. What do I always say, y'all? What do I always say? I don't care where you at in life. I don't care how you feel about certain things. Documentation beats conversation. I said that from the moment I started my channel. Documentation beats conversation no matter what you say. How many times you heard of an athlete or a musician or somebody getting caught up in a bad contract and there's this one little part that they missed. Too late, you signed it. You were supposed to review that and understand it. I've been saying that. No smoke in the building. Salute. So now here we are. But Drew, what are you talking about? Well, Mauricio standing on business because he feels, man, my rules are the rules. And these fighters been signing up for this for years. It's only recently they've been acting up. Because what I've been doing is normalized. They just acting up because this Arab get in here and he starts throwing money around and giving these people $2 million belts, giving it to them. Giving them like $2 million belts. And all those fighters are flying over there to fight, and he's disrupted. I had a good thing going. He's disrupting me. Fighters are more educated today. Like musicians are more educated today. BVO, salute. Jose, my brother, salute. You know what I mean? Fighters are more educated today. Musicians are more educated today. We're looking at this brother, tendonism, what he's going through, the Albanian or whatever this dude came through, and you thought he meant well. He had him online, and man, that dude done. He did what those colonizers do. He laughed with him. He high-fived him. Oh, this is a great recipe you got, and I'm going to help you do this. I heard he bought this dude a car and sent them on his way. He took the name, put it in writing. It's now his name. Took the recipe, made a whole restaurant. All I saw was an all-white staff. We might see him on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, if y'all watch that show. And the brother, I just heard that he's starting his own business. But that white guy done took his whole recipe and his whole idea. The good part about it is we all know the truth. Rod Neal, my brother, salute. We all know the truth. And on the sidebar, I think that store, that restaurant is called something. It's a smokehouse or something. Wherever it is, if that's in your city, no one black should be giving that store any business. Nobody. But I know as I say that, there's going to be some knuckle draggers. They probably in there right now, lined up with their lips poked out. Caught the Star Child, salute. There's some big lip monkey. There's some big lip chimpanzee waiting for the doors open. Yeah, I heard that meat fall off the bone. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in there. They're standing there waiting for the doors to open while eating a banana. Nobody black should be in that. Destination Smokehouse, thank you. That's it. That's it. Thank you. Coach Hudson, salute. Thank you. Horatio, salute. Thank you. Nobody black should be in that restaurant. Nobody. I don't care about anyone else. If you're black, look, there's too much information online for you to be dumb. I didn't know. I ain't go looking for that. That information just fell in my lap. And I just said, oh, this is interesting. Dal Anderson, Fall Sniper, salute. And I know minimum about it. But the videos that I did watch, I already knew what was going on. And I said, you know what? Okay, he about to take this man's name. And that's what he did. Flaunting them all around the internet and high-fiving him. And I said, I see it coming. And that old brother don't, a lot of brothers ain't business savvy. They took the name. Y'all do know that's how McDonald's, Ray Kroc, he jacked the McDonald's idea from the McDonald's brothers. Yeah, there was a movie about it, but I read about it. Go watch the movie. Go watch the movie. Y'all better not. You black, you better not be in that restaurant. I don't care how much you like steak or barbecue. It's all stolen. You have a decision to make now. Said Keith Lee shut that down. Yeah. Shut it right down. Don't do that brother like that. And when that brother, I don't care if he's starting a food truck, wherever you see that brother, give him some work. Give him some business. That was colonizing 101. That was colonizing 101. That's right. And salute to Ron Osley. I saw that clip. Salute to Ron Osley. Give that brother some work. Now, why am I bringing that up? I said documentation beats conversation, right? Mauricio is telling us what his business practice is. His name is Mr. Tendonism. Got it. I'll be following him. I don't remember the name of the McDonald's movie. But I knew about the story, though. I knew about the story before they made the movie. I'm into stuff like that. Then the movie was made, and I said, oh, man, business is rough, man. So, Mauricio Suleiman is standing on his business because, Eden, what up? It's just existed for decades. This is how we do it. This is what they've been doing, and they signed up for this. This was the first time in their history where what they deem as normalized was put on blast. And the only thing, to my knowledge, that they could do was take their belts back. I would love to ask Oh, the founder. Thank you. Thank you. I would love to ask, could he pursue a legal action in reference to retaining the 3% that they agreed upon? Because, you know, you can give the belt back, but if you agree to give me 3% of your earnings, then that's in black and white. Let me recoup that. If that's in writing, I would love to ask why you're not pursuing that. And I would only suspect, I'm no attorney or nothing like that. I'm just saying I would only suspect, that he wouldn't bother to go that far because that's a bad business practice, and that's something that they would have to debate in court. Again, I'm not a lawyer. But B, what makes it bad is you guys manipulate your own rankings all the time. It's a contradiction. Remember when I said they grabbed Ryan Garcia, who lost his last fight from a weight division down south, Jeff Sparks, salute, way down south, and he leapfrogged everybody into a title shot, and his explanation was basically because of what Ryan brings to the table, which shouldn't have anything to do with the person that earned a title shot. So do you respect your own rankings or not? So if you're going to disrespect your rankings for the benefit of money making, I'm curious, what does that have to do with you trying to hustle 3% of earnings? And I think on Bud Crawford's end, he wasn't sure how much money Bud made. He just put a number together, and it was like 300,000 something. It was like, wait a minute, what? You don't even know how much he made. Did you even ask him and say, okay, you made $40 million, so 3% of that is only what, 300,000, whatever the number is. You didn't even do that. What's worse is Shakur moved up and didn't even fight for your belt. And just because he owns a belt in a division down south, you want to take $100,000 from him? And then there's a question of these interim titles and these franchise titles. I know Teofimo paid for his. He said it. What about Canelo Alvarez? Did he pay for his? I don't think he did. So there's a lot of inconsistencies. Now, what does this have to do with Usyk versus Rico? First of all, let's be real. I don't watch K1. I haven't watched K1 since the 90s. I've seen this guy's face before. Anthony, what up? Messenger, salute. But I didn't know who he is. All I know, he was a fighter. I didn't know who he was. I'm like, who is this guy? So, you know, then I hear he's some sort of K1 champion, and I'm like, all right, cool. That's wonderful. But I'm like, why him? Why him? Who the fudge is he? Dill Spoolie, salute. I'm like, who is this guy? Exactly, Xavier. Canelo voice. Who is that guy? Canelo voice. Who is that guy? Who is he? All right, he's in K1. He's nice. Why? Let's go back to the video. This is from last week. Now I want y'all to pay attention. Just listen.
May I describe how we do the rankings in the WBC?
Please.
We have a rankings committee composed of 36 people from around the world. They have regional, they are all over the place. So every week they send in a report of activity, what they see on their region, or they comment of whatever activity was there in the world. They send a report every week. We have a secretary who compiles all the information, and we have a chairman, Dean Lojas from California, a co-chairman, Kevin Noon from Thailand, who manage all the administration of the information. Every one time a month, on a Sunday, the last Sunday of the month, this committee has a Zoom that lasts 5-6 hours, where they go all the situation, divisions, information that happened during the month. They put out the draft, they do a revision, and then they send out the rankings of the WBC by month. We published on February 2nd, and it is our goal to publish the first day of the month starting this year, because in the past we were publishing on the 8th, on the 10th, or the 15th, and it was, so now this year they're publishing the first day of each month.
Okay.
There's a rankings criteria, which you can find also in the rules, and there's many criterias.
Many criterias. Listen.
That are there available to analyze each single fighter, including the record, the amateur career, their career in other sports.
What?
There it is right there. There it is right there. Tay, good morning. You heard that? Didn't I harbor on that last week before this goddamn fight was announced? Didn't I ask? I said, career in other sports. Remember when I said that? And what up? Remember I said that? I was like, what is it? So what if a dude's playing soccer? He nice at that? What is that? What is that? What is that, hen dog? What up? In other sports. I was like, what does that mean?
Contact sports like Muay Thai, kickboxing, etc.
Oh. Like, why is he pointing this out?
Record, activity, level of opposition, and results, whether you fought at home or abroad. And it's just a lot of combination of criteria to compose the analysis of each single fighter.
Oh. I see. Let me ask you a question. You remember in this interview where he told Mannix that Ajit Kabayel was happy to be interim title, happy to have the interim title. And Mannix said to him, he can't be happy with that. Not these exact words, but he basically said, with how things are set up, he might not get a title shot for like the next 2 years. And Ajit Kabayel's happy with that. Usyk gets to have a fight and do what he wants because he's earned it. And then he can spin the block. And if he chooses to fight Ajit Kabayel, he'll do that. Meanwhile, Ajit he's a fake champion because that interim belt is fake. Let's not BS us here. So I'm going to the rankings right now. He still has a WBC belt. Fabio Wardley has a WBO. All right? The WBA is up to its shenanigans. Murat Gasayev is the regular champion. Alexander Usyk is the real champion. Usyk has the IBF. Peep this, the IBF, right? Derek Chisora is ranked number 2. Number 1 is not rated. Derek's about to fight Deontay. I ain't got to tell you what's going on over there. But the reason why I'm pointing out the IBF. This is about money, right? Usyk already expressed that he wants to fight Deontay. But he's doing this. He's doing this. He already signed with Zuffa. Adji Cabiel is paying for an interim belt. Usyk is going to beat this kickboxer dude. You know why? Because this kickboxer dude, Rico, is not throwing any kicks. He is not going to win. All right? Let's just get this out the way. So after Usyk beats him, what do you think the WBC is going to say he should do rather than what Usyk wants to do? You should go fight Adji Cabiel. Don't bother with Deontay. Now, why the hell you think they're saying that? And I know that's what they're saying. Don't tell me, oh, I'm speculating. I already know. Ratchet, what up? Vince, K-Rod, salute. Sam Max, salute. I already know. Chris Legg, salute. I already know what they're doing. The moment he expressed that he wanted to fight Deontay, this comes up. I'm telling you right now, Deontay sleeps Chisora badly. Usyk's not fighting Deontay. I'm telling you that right now. Usyk was supposed to have been fought Deontay before he fought Fury. Twice. He was supposed to have been fighting. He went from saying he's the easiest of the bunch. Then after Robert Helenius took a dirt nap, they said, is Deontay next? He said, no. They said, why? He said, because that was his response. We were waiting for him in Brooklyn. We thought he was showing up. He stopped short in California. He stopped short about 6 hours. He was like, why? What is he doing there? I thought he was going to be here. I thought they're going to have a stare down in the ring. He didn't even show up to New York. See, these are things that y'all ignore because we talked about it all the time. I was there. I was in Brooklyn. We was waiting. I wanted to meet him. Ain't no beef. Usyk is great. But y'all don't see the play. Do y'all watch boxing? Mauricio just told us. He just told us. And when he said that last week, I said, what is he? Why are we ranking people from other sports, especially contact sports? Why are we doing that? And then I thought again. Y'all ready for this? Because this is a mess right in front of your face. You know what the worst part of this is? You ever stepped in dog shit and tracked it into your office and not realize, you're like, what the hell does that smell? And some chihuahua pooped on the ground. You didn't even see it, but it's on your shoe. And every time you move around, you smell it like, what is that? You check the left shoe, nothing. You check the right shoe, there it is. And it's in your boot. You got to go to the bathroom. It's like, oh, God. You done tracked it into the office. You done tracked it into your crib. Because some asshole ain't curb your dog. Ain't curb their dog. And let me tell you why this is deep. I told y'all my memes tell stories, right? You know what I didn't know? Until my brother told me. He said Verhoeven has a hell of a record in K1, but his championship run was in glory. Just FYI, I appreciate that. And thank you for the information, because my brother right here, IROC, told me. You know what I didn't know? Did you know Rico? I'm nicknaming him the Case. Rico the Case Verhoeven is Tyson Fury's chief sparring partner. Did you know that? Let that sink in. I didn't know that. I Googled the dude. I said, oh, he's a mixed martial. I mean, he's a kickboxing champion. Okay. Why is he fighting Usyk? You heard what I said. Now look at my meme. If you have my phone, if you have your phone in the pocket, look at my meme. That's a real picture of him with Tyson Fury. A lot of fighters take pictures with Tyson Fury. I looked it up and you can Google it. He's his sparring partner. They know each other. They're friends. I'm like, oh, shoot. Peter Fury, Tyson's uncle, is training him. So let's see. Peter Fury's training Rico for Usyk. Rico is a sparring partner for Tyson Fury. Holy smokes, Adji Cabiel can't get a shot under the WBC banner. Holy smokes. While Usyk has that WBC strap, he either has to dump it or do this. Now, Aaron, what up? Now, Silly Man did say he could take a voluntary. This is the voluntary? This is the voluntary? This right here? Hey, Alexander, if you think that this is going to be easy work, in between work, in a paycheck, I don't know what your deal is. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But if this is your voluntary, Adji Cabiel needs to be very offended. And I don't know what these dudes, bank account looks like or what they're sticking around for. But if it's not painfully clear at this point that this is a work, I said it before and I'm going to keep saying it. Everybody in the WBC rankings needs to jump out of it. It's not doing anything for you. Your hair's not pretty enough. You're not winning enough. All right? If you're American, get out the division. If you're Black American, get out get out that sanctioning body. Get the hell out the sanctioning body. This is a choice. This is an in-house work. So let me talk to the monkeys for a second. Do y'all watch boxing or y'all just watching, you waving? Do you watch boxing or you just waving pom-poms? I'm giving you the facts. When my brother told me this, I looked it right up. I said, oh, snap. I didn't even realize. That's why family's important. I don't see everything. That's why I got the brothers laughing. Y'all see this? Look at this. Why is this next? What the fudge? Why is this next? So let me see. Peter and Tyson Fury in bed with Mauricio Silly Man. Wait a minute. Look at that. They're old sparring partners, Rico. And Peter's training Rico to face Usyk. We see the play. Do you understand now? I hope you do. This is a business. This is a business, 100%. Never forget, Mauricio Silly Man lied to me. He said he was in both locker rooms. That was a lie. I have video evidence that that was a lie. And let me be clear. He went to the locker rooms, but he didn't see the hand wraps. He didn't see the gloves. He didn't see any of that. He referred to Tyson Fury's win as a historical night in boxing. Those were his exact words. And he said, for us, meaning the audience, to talk about cheating on any level, we was talking about Tyson Fury and Wilder, the second fight, was irresponsible. That's what he called us, irresponsible. But when I asked him, where are the gloves? He said he didn't know. I said, they're in Sugar Hill's house. Go have a look. He never did it. But I know when Labari was cheated by Rio Togo, the next day, Rio Togo's gloves was on his desk. In other words, he investigated it immediately, but Labari is Mexican. But so you know how that goes. Your black heavyweight champion, 10 title defenses. He tied it with Ali. And you can't even extend him the courtesy. I can't even remember Labari's government name. That's her tag name. That's how important or unimportant she is to me. But super important to him. His fat ass had the goddamn gloves on his desk. My brother Ibach says they're all complicit, aka in concert. Yeah. All of them. Every last one of them. So Deontay can't get a look. Right? We say, yo, man, there's something off about his gloves, and they were deflated. He got a dent in his head, bleeding from the ear. Never seen Fury do that, but we've seen Fury do some bullshit with his gloves. We've seen that. That we've seen. Hey, why don't you just investigate that? He basically told us, shut the F up, stop crying, we're irresponsible. But Rio Togo did something to Labari, and this is what we got.
Hello, my name is Mauricio Sulaiman, Executive Secretary of the WBC. We would like to announce that we have begun an investigation regarding the situation that happened in a female championship fight last weekend in Mexico. The fight was between Juarez and Rico Togo from Japan, and there was a situation in which the gloves were tampered with. The WBC is gathering all the reports from the supervisors from both camps, and we will have a hearing with Togo's management to have them explain exactly what transpired during that situation of the gloves. Here's the evidence. It is a critical and alarming situation because the so-called skinning of gloves seems that happened for this fight. We are very concerned about this situation, and the WBC is gathering information regarding this happening not only in Mexico but other countries and other arenas. We are very concerned about the matter, and we will pay full attention to this situation, and we will inform accordingly of what happens after a hearing with Mr. Togo's management. Thank you very much.
Wow. K-Rod said her name is Mariana Juarez. Thank you. What's that song? Fuck that bitch. I don't care. Because no one cares about us. I don't care. All we got is us. I can't care about Mariana Juarez. You know, you remember K-Rod, what was the name of that the young Mexican girl that died in the ring? I did a video on that. That was so sad. She died in the ring. She had like a seizure in the ring. It was the saddest thing I ever seen. And she died. She was a kid. Did a video on that, man. That was annoying to watch. It happened, I think it happened in Mexico. The fight got stopped and she was in the ring in her corner. Her arm started doing this weird movement. It was scary. And she died. I treat cheating in boxing equally. Even like I somebody went into depth deeper than I did with that woman that lost her life, that little girl who lost her life. It said by way of the ranking, she shouldn't even been in there. So you got managers, you got promoters that are very, very irresponsible. And I'm not with that stuff. That's her name. Jeanette, it was something with a Z. Zakiatas. It was bad, man. It was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. And I look for things like that, man. This is a dangerous sport. You could die in there. The least you can do is do right by the fighters. And all we asked Mauricio Suleiman to do was to check Fury's gloves. He didn't even bother. And then he runs down to Dubai, and I see him hugged up with Daniel Kinahan, bro. And then he told us to shut up about that. And never forget what he did to Franchon Cruz Dezern. All we asked for was, he said, hey, man, was she drug tested? Alejandro, her man ass. Was she drug tested? You know what he said to us? Shut up. We're bullying her because she's gay. No, we're not. We just asked a simple question. We know she's gay. That's her wife in the front row. Oh, she has a child. She's really a woman. Okay, we just asked her was she drug tested. And what happened when she was drug tested? What happened? There was a problem right there. She was trying to grow a penis.
Get your hand off my penis!
She was going through a sex change. It was on the drugs and got in there with Franchon Cruz Dezern, and because you freaks with this him, her, he, she, by way of your rules, our sister was in there with a man because she had a bunch of banned substances in her, and you haven't seen her since. Well, you probably have, but don't know. His name is Alejandro now, not Alejandra. Alejandro. I feel sorry for her kid. K-Rod says, Mariana didn't get justice from the WBC when she got cheated by Rio Togo. She got cheated again in the past from another Mexican female fighter named, oh man, don't you just love the WBC? I guess the other one was better for business. Mr. Shelton, I got you. Car fire. Exactly. Blade Brown, salute to you in that super chat. He says, salute, man. Salute to you. Thank you so much. Yeah. Black Martial Arts Society, salute. This business is disgusting. But the pipe bomb is WBC's connection with the Furies. Hey, he's a cheater. Shut up. Hey, Daniel Kinahan. He's a cartel leader. Shut up. You darkies, shut your mouth. I'm judging Daniel Kinahan based off of what he does for boxing. I'm not Interpol. I'm not the police. That's what he said. Hey, Mauricio. Why is Alexander Usyk fighting a kickboxer in a voluntary? His response? It's what we do in the rules. That's why he said that shit 2 weeks ago. We have some little guy from Thailand and all this stuff he just told us. And we sit down and we review everybody. And we organize and we consider everybody from other sports and what they did in other contact sports. So this guy Rico Charge is a champion and he's nice with it in K1 or whatever. And now he's over here in boxing with a voluntary. Now let me ask y'all a question. Do you think Usyk is doing this shit under duress? That's a question. Now he just signed the Zuffa. Was that him saying, hey, I got to get out this. I don't want to be around this regular stuff no more. Let me sign the Zuffa. Because hopefully the Prince, His Excellency, could protect me. Y'all think he's doing this under duress? I'm just asking because I don't know. just do this one favor. Look, you done beat Tyson twice. He cycled off his drugs. He's coming back. He never really retired. He cycled off his drugs. So as soon as he gets out the ring, they test. You announce your retirement. They can't test you because they're testing you for what? You're not moving forward. He retired for a little bit. He cycled on some crap. He's gonna get off of it long enough to fight that giant Russian dude, Mamagdov, that caveman looking dude. And Fury's gonna box his face in. That guy's a punching bag. That guy's just big and scary looking. He wags his head side to side. There's something wrong with him. He really looks like a caveman. He's just big and menacing looking. All you gotta do is punch him in the face. He barely won his last fight. He has no cardio. Tyson Fury's gonna box his face in, probably knock him out. And that's the warm-up. My brother Junior the Truth in the building. Yeah, he got the tics. Yeah, he got Tourette's. That dude's head be wobbling side to side. I'm like, what's wrong with that dude? Listen, he's the scary looking bouncer at the club. Big old brolic looking dude with a beard. Menacing looking. You know who was you know who the worst bouncers at the clubs were? You're like, all right, that guy's 6'9", that guy's 7 feet, that guy's 6'11". What's this 5'9" cut up looking dude? And then you find out he's like a Marine and a ninja at the same time. He's the worst one. The other dudes are just big. They just grab you and throw you out the door. This dude, he asked you to leave the club one more time. One time. All around strong salute. Next thing you know, you in a pretzel. Your legs are behind your head like a bad whore from a 1980s porno. You're like, I didn't even know my legs stretch that far. Yeah, all right, okay. He will fold you and put your ass outside. It'll happen so fast. You're like, what just happened? I was just at the bar and I couldn't even, I said F, and before I could say U, now I'm in a pretzel. I can't feel my legs. And everybody got their phone out. Could somebody call an ambulance? Because I can't feel shit. Those be the worst ones, the small bouncers. Like that guy right there, there's something wrong. He got veins. Look at his forearms real close. That's the nigga that'll fold you. The big dudes just grab you in a bear hug and throw your ass out. You still hurt you. The other dude gonna have to work different. When you get put into an arm bar on the floor in a dirty ass club, that's the worst. I worked with a Marine, bro. Little white dude. Oh my God. I wasn't that bad, but my other co-workers, bro, they would start shit on. I'll save it for Patreon. Troublemakers, I swear to God. Now the 86 saluting that super chat. He says, salute Drew and salute to the mighty LDBC, man. Salute, brother. Thank you so much. Snacks B, salute. Yeah, Tay, you got to watch for the cauliflower ears. Before you start popping off with people, look at their face. Like, wait, whoa, what's wrong with him? Why is this shit kind of distorted? Why he's so ugly? Why his eyebrows ain't growing all the way in? Yeah, that's scar tissue and from getting punched in the top of his head for about 10 years. Look at his knuckles. Why is knuckles always swollen? Wait a minute. Why he got cauliflower ears in both ears? Oh, wait, whoa. I don't want no smoke or whatever he got going on. This guy's chewing on quarters and blowing bubbles. Get out of here. Y'all better pay attention. Anyway. Stop playing with people. You don't know who's who. I tell y'all, These little white boys, they ain't scared of y'all. They ain't scared of y'all YNs. They're not. That MMA thing, it took the world by storm. It's not as popular as boxing as far as finances, but it took the world by storm. And once they started opening up MMA, because everybody had a kung fu class or karate class, but when Dana White got a hold of the UFC and made it a household name, these kids grew up in that era where they became fascinated by it. And they started opening up mixed martial arts gyms all over the world. And I don't go to karate class, a taekwondo class, a kung fu class no more. I go to a something MMA. And these kids are in there and they fighting and wrestling and they eating right and they walk the street, all 110 pounds of them looking nerdy. You go ahead and try and rob them. They'll walk through your hood looking for smoke just to see if they can try that new arm bar that they learned. And you'll be a big old husky dude. Next thing you know, he's on your damn head trying to choke you. You can't get him off. You're like, yo, get this nigga off me. Yep. Next thing you know, you're waking up 2 days later. He done took your wallet. Ridiculous. Think about that, you YNs. These little white boys are eating right. With their money, right? They ain't got no broken household. They go to school. They getting educated. They smoke a little pot. They call it pot. Smoke a little pot just like you. When it's time to mix it up, they with the shits. They ain't scared of you no more. Those days are gone. They're like, yeah, try it, bro. Try it. Okay, try it, bro. I can't tell you how many videos I've seen where you're at a LA Fitness somewhere in West Bubble F, America, and the black dude with the dreads got a little build on him. Game's not going his way, and he trying to bully the little white boy, and the white boy's like, yo, leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. And what the brothers do? First thing we do, take our shirt off. And then we know every form of slang on planet Earth. Fuck that nigga. I'm about that life, nigga. I'm do this, nigga. I'm about that. You start throwing up gang signs that you're not even affiliated with. You start pounding on your chest like an ape. Then you grab homie, and next thing you know, you on the floor, and your ankle's getting key locked, and you ain't playing ball for the next 5 months. He done broke your shit. And that's it. No punches thrown. You grabbed him. Y'all laying on the floor. Next thing you know, he key locked your shit, and your ankle's gone. He gets up, picks up his gym bag, flips you the bird, and leaves. And everybody saw it online. I can't tell you how many videos I've seen like that. I had a video on my phone right now. Somebody sent me. Big old black dude, charged this white boy, spun him, put him in a rear naked choke, put him to sleep, got up and just walked off. See that? Y'all better wake up and smell the failure. Put down the lean, put down the drugs, get back to being active. Start playing more basketball, more football. Go out for a jog. Go to a boxing gym. Go to an MMA class. Learn self-defense. Embrace self-discipline. Stop chasing skirts. You guys ain't warriors. Y'all are victims. Professional ones at that, some of y'all. I rock back in that super chat. He said another thing you got to look out for is if you talking sideways and they go dead silent and just start smiling. Yep, I've been there, bro. I've been there. I told y'all, bro, I told this story a bunch of times. We had got a call. We go to this dude's house. He was making noise. His neighbor kept calling. We get there. One of my boy's partner was this short dude. He was a loudmouth. Guy flings the door open, and we just walk in. And the guy just told you, the guy, he's like, oh, his neighbor keeps calling. I'm not in here doing anything. I pay for the rent. Like she pays for the rent. And you know, and he's going off. And this little motherfucker's like, oh, calm down. And I'm like, yo, we in his house. Let him vent. He wasn't near us. But this little motherfucker was escalating it. But you don't tell anyone to calm down. When they start throwing shit, that's when you say calm down. He was animated, but we're in his house. He could yell. He's mad. Then we're trying to diffuse it. Hey, where you going? Hey, whoa, calm down. Wait, why are you screaming again? And I'm like, yo, and I told my boy, I said, yo, get your partner under control. And I so happened to look at his face. His face looked a little distorted. I'm like, is he retarded or something? Then I noticed his damn ears. Both them shits was cauliflower to be damned. They looked like they needed to be drained. He looked like he just fought. And then I look up, I see all these goddamn trophies. One trophy he had blown up next to a picture of him. And I don't know who this dude was, but he has the trophy. In the picture, he's holding a trophy. And in the picture, he's super diesel, screaming with blood flying out his mouth, and the Japanese dude is pointing at him as the winner. And I said, I don't know who this dude is, but I ain't fighting this dude. I'm shooting. And I'm nice with mine, but this right here, I'm not doing it if I don't need to. And I tapped the Sarge. I said, yo, look, are you looking around you? And he looked around. He said, what the fuck? We was in here like his living room. Trophy after trophy after trophy after trophy. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you who it was. And his name just jumped in my head. iRock, you in the chat? You in the chat, brother? It just jumped in my head because my boy Chan told me who he was. His nickname was the Flying Dutchman. That's who the hell that was. Hold on, let me Google that. Flying Dutch. That's what they called him. I think that's what they called him. Wait, hold on. No, it wasn't Bonjanski. No. I think he fought him. It wasn't, no, because this dude was white. I think he fought him. And I think my boy said he knocked him out. Yeah, there's black people in Germany, y'all. It wasn't him, okay, but I think he fought this dude. If I see his face, I'll know it. If I see this nigga face, I will know it. If I see the guy's face, I'll know it because I ain't forgetting that. I looked around like, yo, this dude will body bag. There was 1, 2, 3. There was 5 of us there. I said, man, you don't want no smoke with this, man. Tell your man to shut up, bro. Tell him to shut up. This dude is a killer. Fuck out of here. Now, I wasn't Boss Rutan. I'd have known him. This dude, we in his living room. I'm looking around like, what the fuck? I tagged the Sarge. I said, yo, look at this shit. That's him. And he don't look like he's out of shape either. He looked like he just fought. His neighbor better, you know what? I know why his neighbors called us. Fuck that. He had, oh, I see you, brother. I was asking you who the Flying Dutchman was, but that's Bonjanski. I know who that is. But I think the dude that we had the house call with fought him. think Chan told me he fought the Flying. I thought his name was the Flying Dutch. No, he fought the Flying Dutchman. Weird stuff, man. But anyway, always monitor. Yeah, Remy Bonjanski was a black dude. That wasn't the guy. The guy's crib we had a call to, I think he fought him. But you could look at this dude's face. He was super ugly. But it's like, yo, I'm just looking around like, oh, shit. And what it was he had an old school Universal machine in his living room. I don't even know how the hell he got it in there. Well, of course, he must have put it together in there because you can't bring it through the door. He had an old school one. You remember how big those things used to be? An old school Universal machine. Had a bench press, shoulder press, you know. No, hell no. I'd have known Mirko Cro Cop. I'd have known that. No, it wasn't him. But and I guess when he works out, he makes a lot of noise. Well, he kept saying, this bitch disturbed my workout. She's always calling you guys. I pay rent like she pay rent. And this little Italian motherfucker we work with, hey, oh, calm down. Hey, calm down. I'm like, oh my God, if you don't shut the fuck up. And then, it wasn't Semi Schultz. No, hell no, it wasn't him. I don't remember him because Semi Schultz was like 6'10", Ivan Drago looking dude. I don't remember him. I used to call him Semi Stilts. That dude was tall. I'm like, yo, and we stepping like inside and we looking around. I'm like, I said, damn, that nigga ugly. And this dude keep talking to him. And I'm like, I look around, I was like, yo. No doubt, coach, I got you. Kawhi, salute. And I look around, I say, yo, that's him. I tapped my sergeant and say, yo, that's him in that poster, man. With that trophy. That trophy there is the same trophy he's holding up in the picture with no front teeth. So he lost him in that fight, but he won the fight. Tell Vinny Spaghetti to shut his mouth, bro. Because this guy starts cutting up. I'm not, no. Nope. I'm going to find out who that guy was. If I see his face, I'll know it. But trust me, I was like, nah. Please shut the fuck up. Monitor your surroundings. But let me get back to this boxing. Do y'all think that Usyk is taking this fight under duress? I'm just asking because I don't know. Does he owe a favor? I don't know. And I'm not trying to put nothing out there. I'm just asking. He said that Usyk can take a voluntary. He said Usyk could take a voluntary, right? And then he could what did he say? He said he could take a voluntary, and then he could fight Adrian Cabiel. And then that's when Chris Mannix asked him, you know, you think he's happy to hold on to that interim title? And Mauricio said yes. It's like, man, why would you be happy with a maybe? I mean, we're talking logic here, right? Why would you be happy with a maybe? Why would you pay a sanctioning fee with a maybe? Oh, maybe I could fight him. Now, Messenger, Usyk can't retire after that. He just signed with Zuffa. I don't know how many fights he got. That's what I'm saying. On the way out, you know, you mixed up with the WBC. Didn't I tell you that the WBC has a relationship with these mobsters? Is he not running the WBC like a mobster? That's how he's running this damn business, man. Tony said, I heard the WBC belt ain't on the line. Well, that makes me scratch my head even more. That raised the question, why is he even doing this? There's nothing on the line here. And although you don't fight for free, I don't think, I mean, what does Usyk get out of this? 2-time undisputed champion. You beat Tyson Fury, the killer giant, and you beat him fairly easy. Well, I'm not gonna say it was easy, but you beat him. Chris Legg, I like that. World Boxing Cartel. Fella, my brother, he says it's weird. Cabella's a bigger fight in Germany. Maybe Usyk has been ordered to freeze Frank Warren out. Now we're thinking. Because Zuffa does. Chris Mannix told him in the interview. He's literally told Mauricio Sillyman. He said, Zuffa wants to kill you. He said it. Frank Warren suing for $1 billion. Makes you wonder, right? And 100%, Cabello is a bigger fight in Germany. 100%. So where's the rest coming? Well, yeah. If Usyk is ordered to freeze out Frank Warren, which is because Cabella's a Queensberry fighter. Usyk just signed with Zuffa. I'm still not understanding this Rico fight. How does Peter Fury play into this? The Furies play into this. I don't get it. Or do I? Let me go back over to the Deontay Wilder side of things. He's about to fight Derek Chisora. I think he'll win, but it's boxing. Usyk already said, I want to fight Deontay. But he's doing this instead. Do you stay busy with a fight that you know you're going to win? While freezing out Adji Cabiel? It's a lot of moving parts and a lot of possibilities. My bottom line is, I don't trust what's going on here. And that slipped my mind. Cabiel he's a Queensberry fighter. That slipped my mind. Remember when I asked on the strength of that lawsuit, did Frank Warren just F off his whole fighting stable? He got all the heavyweights. Did he just F them off just now with that lawsuit? Y'all think so? Because look at it, man. If he loses that, well, first of all, he already done burnt the bridge. Those cats ain't gonna work with him over there now. You think Turkey's gonna work with him? If he does, he gonna put the schmuck to him every minute he gets. It's a bad relationship now. But let's say he wins. He's not getting $1 billion. But you know, shoot for the stars, you land on the moon. It's fine. What do you think is going to happen with that relationship? Let's say, you ain't getting $1 billion, and you know, David Scott, salute. You all right. We did steal your intellectual property. We did. We applied it to ours. You know, it's like, okay, you have McDonald's. And we fucked around and made Burger King. It's similar, but not quite the same. But you know what? We're going to pay you. It ain't going to be $1 billion. We'll give you $300 million and shut up about it. And he settles. First and foremost, is he going to give some of that money to his fighters? I'm just curious. Who's getting the bread? And now you get the bread, but now what? Congratulations, Turkey don't want to work with you anymore. He done paid you. So now if you're Adji Cabiel, you're standing there with this damn belt. You're like, yo, bro, I really was going to beat Usyk, man. Now he got to do in-house fights every 2 months. And it sounds good for about a good 2 events. But after that, what are you going to do? And what new fighters are going to go to Queensberry as opposed to Zuffa? They got all the money. They can lock down any network they want. And the biggest part is all the talent is going over there. Your contemporary could be over there right now and your ass stuck on a PBC somewhere. Oh my God, the PBC. Lord have mercy. You know what? I should do a whole show about the PBC, right? When I do that show, I want my brother Oddfella. I'm going to let you know ahead of time. And you let me know when you're free. Because I got to break that whole thing down. That's crazy. By the way, sidebar. Everybody's scrambling like eggs on a Sunday morning. Y'all saw what Blue Blood reported yesterday? Oscar won his lawsuit with Ortiz. Hey, Boots fans. Hey, bro. Oscar just put the fuck to that fight. That you see what I'm talking about? So you got Turkey making fights. And then we got Zuffa coming on, powered by Turkey and Riyadh and all this other stuff. Or you can stay with the old regime and deal with bullshit like that. You see that? See that? See? Oscar just stopped Ortiz versus Boots, y'all. Every pro Boots channel, y'all should be screaming and doing video after video after video. You know why? Because you're right. Every Ortiz channel, if they exist, y'all should be screaming. And y'all should be like, yo, this is why boxing is dying. Because Turkey would have made that fight like last year, the year before that. You see? See that? So you got that going on with Golden Boy. You got Frank Warren suing for $1 billion. And the PBC lied to Tank. Y'all remember I said that, right? Tank says 7-fight deal. You think he made that up or was he told that? And now they telling him, no, Tank, you misheard us. We meant it could be 7 fights if this deal goes through. PBC had Tank out here looking stupider than he already is. That's their fault. Matchroom wanted Boots versus Ortiz. Ortiz was like, I'm with the shits. Oscar says no. Randy got a restraining order. I thought we don't sue in boxing. What happened to that? Tell me. Listen, I'm just pointing out the dysfunction. Did I make any of this up? I'm just asking questions, right? Watch this, y'all. Did I lie on Tank this now? Did I not just disarm him? Look, I clown that dude a lot. And it's all within right. But how many times you heard me say, this ain't the first time I said it. How many times you heard me say, hey, look, man, I think they lied to him. Tank, big money, 7-fight deal. And you get to choose. And he took that and ran with it. And there was no money at all. Everything was nonsense. You remember when I said, hey, man, why is the PBC letting Canelo come through, drain the swamp? They gave him over 100 million or something like that. I don't know what the numbers were. What did I say on my channel? Now, y'all know I don't deal with Tank, but I said, wait a minute, man. I want to believe that this kid has a big enough fan base that he can hold his own. Why is the PBC seeing more value in Canelo Alvarez than the star in Tank Davis that they already have? This is further proof that they chronically disrespect the power of the black dollar. That's all I ever said. And y'all don't hear anything when I say, because as soon as I say, oh, Tank, they say, Drew is always negative. Well, he brung it upon himself, but don't take my word for it. Why did the PBC disrespect him? It was disrespect bringing Canelo over there. They thought they were going to get him out of a hole. They were going to get, when I say him, I mean the PBC, Al Heyman and company. That's what they thought. So what, Tank can't save you? You know what that proved to me? They don't trust Tank. Drew, what do you mean they don't trust Tank? Well, he got in there with Lamont Roach, and what happened? How about this? You know why they don't trust him? Because they know Tank. They really thought that Canelo was a winner. But they know about Tank. Why? Well, Coach Cal said Shakur's not going to stand there and let us do what we do. D-E-W, D-E-W. That's what he said. And when we said, man, Tank got a bunch of contemporaries, man, and he's not fighting them. The PBC knows the business, and they know their product. They said, look, this kid is celebrated, but newsflash, he's not really that good. Then here come the Tank fans. Watch them. They're going to show up. What you mean? Tank is this, Tank is that. Now, what is my response? Great. Prove it. Shakur's right there. Keyshawn's right there. Devin was there. George Kambosos was there. Lomachenko was there. Who did he give you? Hector Garcia. Ryan Garcia. Made some money off of that, but then what has he done past that? They haven't done, neither one of those dudes have done those numbers since. You're not a rock star, bro. But you bring Canelo here, we have a possibility. Didn't work, but nice try. See, y'all too stupid to understand when I was sticking up for Tank. Y'all don't hear. You know, Tank fans are stupid. They're stupid. You go to other places where it's therapeutic and you soak up all the stupidity and there you go. You hear a word I say because it's all negative. Well, you know, congratulations. You'll be all right. My brother War Report says, another theory is political posturing. Turkey just did a deal with the Egyptian Boxing Federation. He sure did. Egypt is now under attack right now. Saudi can stage fights for a foreseeable future. This is very interesting, man. He says it was disrespectful bringing over there and not matching him with any of their loyal, longtime fighters, i.e. Benavidez and Maul. That's what I'm saying, brother. Bro, listen, that was the ultimate disrespect. They let Tank get away with that. But then they also brought in Canelo with no promise of fighting David Benavidez. But watch this. When he beat Mel, he was demanding Maul, knowing that Maul is not right in the head. Then told us, man, all Benavidez has to offer is an additional 20 pounds on fight night. I'm not doing it. When he fought Edgar Berlanga, I understand Edgar Berlanga came in at 200 pounds. Benavidez went up and fought Bostic at light heavyweight. And on fight night, he rehydrated about 5 pounds lighter than Edgar Berlanga when he fought Canelo. So why is it 20 pounds better on Berlanga but not as good on David Benavidez? We know what's going on. And he ducked out loud. But when we say the PBC disrespected Tank, y'all don't hear us say that. I said it how many times? But I'm a hater though. Okay, fine. And if y'all not subscribed to any of my brothers on the Usual Suspect 6, my brother, the War Report, aka Oddfella, you know what I mean? 503 Lion, something wrong with y'all. Do y'all watch boxing or do y'all watch boxing? This is real stuff right here. We're not over here talking about chrome hearts and braided hair and tattoos. Listen, when my brother Cadillac Red go live, go to that live and listen to the conversations on that panel. My brother Oddfella be in the chat. KG. Mac when he has time. We're talking about the sport. We're not glazing. There's fighters that we fuck with, but when they fuck up, we talk about it. Hey, man, we fucks with dude, but he did this, and that. Gio James, salute. There you go. UsualSuspect6.com. UsualSuspect6.com. That's the family right there. It's boxing talk, y'all. It's boring to some people, but I know the people that is boring to, y'all were born in like 2000, 2005. I get it. Y'all grew up on a steady diet of Ritalin and Prozac. The schools told your mother, your single mother, that you was hyperactive, so they gave you a pill. You wasn't hyperactive. Your testosterone was coming in, and you're just a normal little boy. That's what we do. We went outside, we played, we fought, we scraped our elbow, ran home crying, got a Band-Aid, mama kissed the boo-boo, you went back outside. You kids don't even slap box in the street no more. Little girls don't even play double dutch anymore. All y'all dumbasses on y'all fucking phones. Can't walk up 2 flights of steps without huffing and puffing. Yeah, I'm going somewhere else with it. I'm sorry, man. You already know. All right, fella, we family. We already know. Mark Wunderlich in the building. Salute. There's a lot of moving parts here. Some of it is chess. But you got to look at the landscape. I found this very strange. I said, why is he fighting Rico of all people? When Mauricio said he's fighting a voluntary, I said, oh, okay. Who's a voluntary, though? Oh, some kickboxer. Damn, that's more than a voluntary. That's a light touch. This guy's not beating Usyk. And then my brother I-Rock calls me. He says, you know who that guy is? I said, absolutely not. Then he starts sending me screenshots. I'm like, yo, hold on a minute. He's Tyson Fury's sparring partner for years, bro. So now I'm thinking, nah, this dude, he's more than a kickboxer. He can actually fight. Listen. I'm not saying he's going to beat Usyk. Usyk's going to beat him. But it's not what you think. I'll give you an example of that. I knew, Young Abel, salute. I knew Peter Fury was going to style on Jake Paul. I knew that. You know why? I'll tell you why. Peter Fury grew up in the gym. He's been around boxing all his life. He probably sparred literally 1 million rounds. So in a sense, boxing is second nature to him. He's not the greatest in the world, but he'll beat up an amateur. Tommy Fury knows how to box. He's not a world beater, but he knows how to box. There was a kid I grew up with. And I always wondered, why the hell was he better at basketball than all of us? There was just certain things he did. We were like, yo, he's our age. How is he doing shit? You know how we started playing ball? First of all, if you grew up in New York, you play ball. That's just it. It's rare you ran into any brother in New York that didn't play basketball. That's just all we did. Everybody balls. Everybody. Some are better than others. But everybody balls. Yo, we're trying to figure out why, bro, he was just like, and then we find out, while we were just off doing certain things. Remember how I told y'all the boxing gym was my babysitter? Sometimes, you know, we ain't paid the babysitter. My parents ain't paid the babysitter because it's like, yo, nah, why do that? My dad was in a position where me and my brother would go over there, and while he was in the office, he said, go downstairs to the gym and just hang out there until I come get you. Me and my brother would just hang out in the gym. And you just pick things up instinctively. I told y'all the Mitch Green story. There was a whole boxing club, and that was years of my life. I've sparred countless rounds. Been punched in the face, punched in the eye, hit in the body. There's just things that I do instinctively. So my homie, while I was doing that, I don't know if it was his dad, same thing. He was somewhere where he had access to a basketball gym. Working out with college teams, come to find out. You know who his cousin is? Do you remember a dude? What was his dude? I forget his first name, but his last name stands out. You remember a basketball player? He was in college, and I think he went to the NBA for a little while. Last name was Shamgod. I know Abel knows that name. His last name was Shamgod. That was his cousin. That was his cousin. Now, he did a brief stint in the NBA, but if y'all ever played against an NBA player on the street, you can tell the difference between a street baller and a real, like, NBA player. I told y'all the Ben Gordon story. It's different. If levels, that term, there's levels, I knew about that early. I told y'all about the time I was playing a pickup game in Mount Vernon. Seton Hall, thank you, Philip D. And we was the game got tight. And homie with the baseball cap was like, all right, it's time to win now. Now, dude ain't take a shot all game long. He's just like, grab the ball, pass, whatever. And then when it was time to win, I go to guard him. He jumps up. And I try to guard him. And I'm fairly tall. I'm 6'2". He was about my height. I go to guard him. And he shoots the jump shot. First of all, he pump faked me so fast. I took off. I said, oh, shit. And then he jumped. When he jumped, the bottom of his feet were like at the top of my chest. So I go to my boy. I say, yo, I cannot jump with this dude. You got to guard him because my boy was 6'5". He pump fake him, ran around him, and dunked the ball. And he was doing it effortlessly. Now, we out there running and huffing and puffing effortlessly. He didn't even take his hat off, right? They win the game. They go on like a 10-0 run, blow us out. We didn't even touch the rock. He turns his hat backwards. He's like, all right, y'all, good game. And I looked at him. Why the fuck that was Ben Gordon? I didn't even realize it. That was the year he went #1 in the pick. I didn't even realize it. But when he started to play, we couldn't touch this dude. He bust our ass. And I could ball. But we couldn't touch this dude. We was like, who the fuck? Oh, shit. Man, if he was playing like that when the game started, we'd have just gave up. Corner girl, salute. We just gave up. Last 10 points, easy. When he jumped, I said, oh, no. I said, this nigga, I can't guard him. I cannot guard him. You crazy. My boy's 6'5". I said, yo, you guard him. He pump faked the shit out of him, ran around him and just dunked it. I was like, oh. I said, he got to play for college or something. He turned his hat backwards. I said, yo, that's Ben Gordon. See, now my boy knew. He just didn't say anything because he's a dick. I said, hey, bro, you. I said, all right, Ben. And he like laughed. He's like, yeah, nigga. All right, man. All right. Okay, I see you. Motherfucker. Obliterated us. Went 1 in the pick. I said, man, he's fucking crazy. My man was like, yo, if y'all knew it was him, y'all would have gave up. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I remember we was down in Miami. We saw Travis Best and Jermaine O'Neal when they were playing for the Pacers. They walked past this basketball court and they looked. I said, man, if they get on that court, everybody's dead. They kept walking, though. It's levels to this shit, man. It's levels. It's like that in boxing. So Tommy Fury grew up in the gym, and I knew he was going to beat the shit out of Jake Paul. I know he dropped him or whatever, but I said Jake Paul's not beating him because Tommy knows how to fight. Jake is just now learning it. You could see the difference. When he got in there with AJ, look at the punches he was throwing. They were I'm not going to say undisciplined. They were not as sharp as like an actual professional. Y'all remember this show called Pros vs. Joes? Y'all remember the episode when Roy Jones was on it? It was levels, right? Y'all remember when Pernell Whitaker was on it? Levels, bro. Levels. Y'all remember when Arturo Gatti was on it? They had Arturo Gatti in there looking like Floyd. And it's like, man, I see Floyd, I see Gatti, he gets offended if you don't hit him in the face. He was in there fighting the average Joe, bobbing and weaving, pop shotting. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, no smoke. He bust that dude's ass. And that dude was I think he was a cop too, the white guy with the bald head. Beat him down. He wasn't even throwing that full. First of all, he didn't get touched. The shit was crazy. And he was overweight. He had a pot belly. Muscle memory. So I knew Jake Paul wasn't going to beat Tommy Fury. I knew that. I don't like Tommy Fury. I did hope that Jake knocked his head off, but I said he's not going to beat him at all. The Furies are everything that's corrupt in boxing. So now I'm looking at Rico. I'm not saying that Rico's trash or nothing like that. I don't know him like that. For you to be a K1 champion or whatever you are, you got to be nice with it. But I have a problem when you're running around with Fury, bro. Joseph Parker and Fury they're great friends. What do we know about Joseph Parker? Respectfully, what do we know? Joseph Parker and his Samoan SWAT team, they got caught up in some bullshit too. I did a video on it. Now, they ain't throw his name under the bus. Joseph Parker is well connected. Y'all don't know that? That nigga's gangster as hell, bro. So when I say things like this is the dirtbag business, this and Oddfella, you listen, that might be right. This might be a sucker play to freeze out Adjit Cabiel. Now, if that's the play, and that makes a lot of sense. If I'm Cabiel, I have to look at that WBC strap and say, why am I paying fees on this? Boss is suing this guy for $1 billion. Usyk just signed a Zuffa, and he's fighting this low-level dude that's not even a pro boxer. And I'm paying sanctioning fees on this fucking belt, and I don't know when I'm going to fight Usyk. If you're Adjit Cabiel, what do you do? What does your contract look like? How is it structured? How's it structured? What do you do? You know what I would do? Yeah, agitated cabbage. That's what we was calling him. If I'm agitated cabbage, because he's agitated right now, I tell my managers, hey, bro, listen. Go over to Dana White and explain what my situation is. And tell him, if you will be so kind to buy me out of this shit, I will come to Zuffa today, not tomorrow, today. Because I can't deal with this. I'm not going to get a shot. And you know what else? I just told you, Queensberry got all the heavyweights over there, y'all. Everybody's over there. They all need to be looking at this like $1 billion. He's crazier than Benny Hill. Y'all remember Benny Hill? Man.
Beefy.
He said Netflix said no to Usyk and Rico. The Zone got thrown a bone. Yeah, there's something to this. There's something to this. But when you think of, yeah, I'm gonna be making a meme of this. I'm gonna get a picture. You remember when Queensberry had all of their, Jonathan, what up? Had all of their heavyweights on there. Did you notice all the darkies was on the left side, the right side of the stage? And Andrew Cabiel was on the left side? Did you notice that? See, I pay attention to things like that. Now, I'm going to find that picture. I'm going to make everything move. And I'm going to put the Benny Hill theme on it. Oh, yeah, our fella. That's happening. That's happening. Paramount may buy out Netflix. And Zuffa, well, Turkey Al Sheikh, I think they got the rights. They're gonna purchase HBO and Showtime's catalog. Bro, the WBC is almost over, bro. That's why Eddie Hearn quiet. He ain't talking. He ain't clapped back too hard at Dana White because he got to play his position. The game has changed, y'all. And I'm to Steve L, my brother, salute. The game has changed. And all I'll say is this. Do not be resistant to change, y'all. I'm being serious. The game is already corrupt. How much worse could it get? Think about what I just said. Am I saying that Dana's perfect? No. Am I saying Turkey's perfect? No. But think about where we've been all this time. The only people happy about the way the old regime works is dudes that are fans of fighters that aren't doing shit. But they got a lot of Instagram followers, right? Brother Paul Carrick in that super chat salute. He says, showing appreciation. Salute to you, good brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you. Stormy said, cocaine cowboy. Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. Salute to Cheyenne in that Cash App. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Lord of mercy. We're in a switch. You're seeing a changing of the guard, man. But listen, y'all, this is what we asked for. I'm dead serious. Let me throw this picture up there. Just let me. I clown a lot, but let me tell you something. Listen. This is uncalled for. And I'm talking about Tank. This is uncalled for. The only person he fought on here is right there in the middle at the bottom. Lamont Roach, and he fought him to a draw after bringing him up from a lower weight class. I need y'all to understand that this is unacceptable. While Tank has this over his head, Devin Haney put out a list, and I want y'all to understand. I don't care how you look at it. The difference is Devin puts out a list. And we legitimately want him to fight everybody. Devin legitimately wants to fight everybody. I know for a fact behind the scenes, cats got to tell him to chill. Like, yo, bro, whoa, you doing too much. Devin is legitimately with the shits. Whereas when you talk to a Tank Davis fan, what do they say? Why Tank gotta fight everybody? Why can't everybody fight each other and Tank fight the winner? That's the difference. Devin is with the shits. Tank is picking shits. Even right now as we speak, this dude called out a guy that he beat already with one hand. To me, he clearly beat Usyk Cruz. Clearly beat him with one hand. It wasn't close, not to me. That fight, I said, yeah, I like Usyk Cruz's story. He deserves his payday. I'm glad he could feed his family. And he's Mexican. He's going to get a lot of work. They love their people. They support their people. My people, these people, they support. Right? And I love his story. Rags to riches. Love it. But he's a one-dimensional fighter, y'all. That's what he is. He's a one-dimensional fighter. Fun to watch. But there's no smoke and mirrors. He goes in there. He's a short guy, short arms. He has to close the distance and try and take your head off. Yeah, Shelton, because Gag 7 has nothing to talk about. If Tank beats the Chargers, he'll pop up. But Tank got to win. Who's he beating? Everybody that was around him has moved up from 135. Everyone is at 140 to 154 now. So what does he do if they say he's so little? You see what I mean? But we'll address that when he beats his chart, when he beats his case. I hope he beats his case. I hope he does. I hope he does. I hope he beats his case. Because I want to see if he's going to prove me right or prove me wrong. I think he's going to fight somebody he beat already, or he's going to pull up some person, some Mexican, and they're going to paint this guy to be some sort of killer. But meanwhile, you never heard of him. Never forget, El Rayo told him no. He went to 140, won a belt. Then he said, hey, man, you want part of this Tank sweepstakes? El Rayo said, all right, cool, let's do it. He says, come back to 135. He said, hell no, I just won this belt at 140. I just got here. So who's really a weight bully, y'all? Tank is the weight bully. But it's all relevant to what I'm talking about here. We're talking about corruption and bullshit. The old regime is what cats was used to. See, Tank fanatics love the old regime. They love it because they were benefiting off of it. See, in this new regime, in the new regime, you got to work for it. In the new regime, you got to work for it. You got to work for it. You got to work for it. If you ain't working for it, you're done. You're done. So now that we know that Zuffa wants to kill the WBC, this might be part of the play. Who knows? They might have told Usyk, listen, I asked y'all if Usyk doing this under duress. How about this? They might have asked Usyk, do this for us. Take this fight for us. Because this is what we're trying to do. Big Joe Townsend, salute. They might have asked Usyk to do this. It might not be under duress. I'm just finding it eerily strange how the Furies are all over this. And you know the Furies have a wonderful relationship with the corrupt Mauricio Sillyman. But I hope that if Zuffa is indeed behind this, I hope that Mauricio gets the spear right in the back. I want the WBC to crash and burn. This is the most corrupt and worst sanctioning body that I've seen in my time. How you treated Deontay. All right. That man gave you 10 title defenses, was on his way to making history. and that wasn't well with you, and how you treated the fans that asked questions, what you did to Franchon Cruz Dezern, how you treated Labari with her situation, and just told us to shut up with Deontay's. You gave Muhammad Ali a piece of bacon in his food when he spent the night at your house when you was younger. Yeah, we know about that story. And now you took Ryan Garcia, you made him jump the line. And I already told you, he think he got a friend in Turkey Al-Sheikh. He's not your friend, bro. This is business. Turkey said, I ain't got to like you to do business with you. I ain't got to like you to do business with you. This is business, man. I told y'all, Ryan think he's safe. No. There's no coming back from F4 Muslims and F4 black people. Ain't no coming back from that. Because if you're going to say that about Muslims and black people, what do you think Turkey knows about you? Devin is his Muslim brother. You've been ducking that rematch. You're online talking. Wonder what he's going to say today. Because they say everything but fight. A lot of people getting their skirts pulled up. You're going to see. Because the fall is hard. Oh, why is he paying him all this money? Why is he on Ring Magazine, the talk shows? Yeah, make him comfortable. Y'all remember American Psycho? He invited all those chicks to the house, and he was white and black hair. Those chicks, if there was a black chick, she'd have thought she hit the divesting jackpot. But what do we know about that movie? He was a psycho. He was a serial killer. He was crazy and deranged. Hey, you know what I say? Chicks that think like that. Rest in preference. Lord Sweat, real Baltimore in the building. Salute. Tony, what's good? Romello, what up? So the chickens are coming home to roost. And I'm just here to try and make sense of certain things. Everything that I say here this morning was speculation. But I just want to point some things out because I don't know what's going on. That's why I'm asking. But I just found this very strange. Nah, I didn't see that. When was that? Okay, Rob, when was that? I know Pearson Fulton. They've been having words for a long time. But I don't know what Devin got to do with that. I'm not on Twitter. I don't know what happened. I just spoke to Elijah yesterday. He's doing well. You know, it's boxing, but there's a lot of bull crap that was happening. Not a bull crap that was happening in his camp. I'm not going to discuss it online. But again, boxing is a scumbag business. Oh, he did? I'll find out what happened. I don't know what's going on. All right, I just wanted to bring this to y'all attention. Just want to bring that to y'all attention. If y'all didn't know, this dude Rico is a chief sparring partner with Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is friends with Rico. Peter Fury's training Rico to face Usyk. The Furies are in bed with the WBC. And the WBC told us 2 weeks ago that they were, when they consider their rankings, they consider people from other combat sports in their records over there. So instead of Adjit Kabiel, we're getting Rico, and most boxing fans don't even know who this brother is. I don't know who he is, but, you know, other than he's Tyson Fury's sparring partner. Meanwhile, Adjit Kabiel over there on Queensberry is sitting there with his dick in his hand in an interim title that he's paying fees on. And you wonder why we hate boxing. Yeah, K-Rod, there was a lot going on there, bro. And it's what, I'll just say this. It's what we talk about all the time, bro. He called me before he got on the plane and he told me everything, bro. And I said, fuck, man, I swear to God, I hate this sport, bro. He got shafted, bro. That's why that happened. That's why I tell y'all, boxing is more than what you see in the ring. When Charles Martin took his ass to the UK, we just thought the brother went over there and lost a fair one. When he came on our show, what did he say? If y'all missed it, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go make a short of it. When Charles Martin was in the Strong House, he told us what happened. Y'all didn't know that on the week of the fight, they had him sparring giant African dudes. He might have been Martin Bacoli in there with him, for all we know. And his ribs were broken. Before they had him sparring before he fought AJ that week. How are you sparring on fight week? What are you doing? Okay. Tony said Peter been working with him for 15 years. Yep. I had no idea. I had no idea. This was news to me. Salute to my brother iRock. He called me. I said, I don't know who this dude is. He said, look at this. I said, oh my God. Really, man? You guys got to be careful. Now, we got all of this going on, but nobody want to believe Deontay. After what happened to Franchon Cruz DeZern, she was in there with a woman going through a sex change. Nobody want to believe Deontay. Tyson Fury has spiked water. He has been handed bottles of water, and he's asked where it came from, but water can't get poisoned. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder 3, they changed the head referee for the main event from Ortega to a moron, that asshole. Tay Jones didn't even know. I called him. I said, when I was in Vegas, I said, yo, you know they changed the ref? He's like, nah. I said, yo, I'm looking right at it. They just changed the ref. And all of a sudden, we getting long counts. 2 knockdowns in round 4 and a long count. But there's no corruption in boxing. Oh, wait a minute. I'm making excuses. Let me say it so that the Tank fans can agree with me. You ready for this? Ryan Garcia versus Tank. Y'all remember one of those judges scored it a even round? Was it an even round or a 10-9 round? One of those judges didn't score a knockdown for that round in round 2. Y'all remember that? JB, my brother, salute. One of those judges fucked up that round 2. You remember that? Y'all forgot? I did a whole video on that. That's when I started calling them the what I called them, 3 amigos. Forgot what I called them. Weinsfeld. Man, come on, bro. We talk about it all the time. It's y'all mofos. When we start talking about the fighters that get done dirty that we support, all of a sudden, oh, y'all making excuses. We talk about corruption all around the spectrum. All around the spectrum. And when we've proven to be right, when we call all this stuff out, y'all will agree and tell us a fighter that we support. Freedom's March, salute. Stormy, bro, I think Cabiel is the best heavyweight. On the Queensberry side of things, he got all the majority of the heavyweights over there. That's why they had him on the left side of the screen, and they had all the other niggas on the right side of the screen. Scratching their armpits. But Cabiel, he could fight. That guy's nice. And they gave him an interim belt, told him to shut up, pay the fees on it, but shut up. We're going to do this with Usyk. Zuffa might have said, Usyk, do this for us. We're trying to get rid of the WBC, and while we're at it, we're going to fuck off Queensberry with this belt billion. Man, all of those heavyweights on Queensberry, you guys are about to be a big victim of circumstance. Because if they can't get Cabiel, the white German, a fight, y'all niggas are finished. Now, we do got Daniel Dubois versus one of my favorite heavyweights, Fabio Wardley. Shout out to Truck. I think it's his time. But we gotta be careful, bro. I gotta get my day started. You know how you gotta sneeze and it won't come out? It's annoying as hell. Man, salute to y'all. Make sure y'all click that link at the top. Follow me on Rumble. Follow me on Patreon. Some mornings when it's about to go down and I feel that I can't hide the fact that I'm gonna be profane, I'm gonna tell y'all, make the lateral move, go to Rumble, and the live will continue there. Because Miguel, you know, damn. You know what I mean? Miguel is just on that, you know.
Get your hand off my penis!
But we went in, man. Uncut. When I'm gonna tell y'all, some morning I'll be like, yo, look, I'll be here for 30 minutes. Click the Rumble, head over there. Because I'm about to go all the way in and I can't say anything I want to say over there. I'm just gonna tell y'all go over the Rumble. You know what I mean? And y'all could super chat over there. It's called a Rumble rant. So just make the lateral move. I'm gonna end it on YouTube and y'all go ahead over there to Rumble. Because it's been working and it's so free over there. We can play the beats we want and everything. They don't bother us. Rumble is what YouTube was supposed to be. These clowns have gotten too commercial. So it's whatever, man. But salute to y'all, man. You know, nothing I say here is like definite. This was a whole speculation live stream, but Rico being involved with the Furies, that's real. I don't know why Usyk is fighting Rico. Like Oddfella said, it could be one big play. But, you know, maybe I'll talk about Adrian Cabiel and what options he may want to, you know, explore, because this is crazy. Everybody, you know what? That's going to be a good live. I want to talk about all the heavyweights over there in Queensberry. What you going to do? What are you guys going to do? I might do that tomorrow. I want to know what they're going to do. If I'm over there, I'm kind of like panicking, like, yo, bro, $1 billion lawsuit? If you win, we're fucked. If you lose, we're still, what? Oh my God, bad business. But salute to y'all, man. You have a great day. And I'll be back tomorrow, man. Bronx on deck.
Move!
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.